Today, we are exposing 5 watch brands that are charging you for hype, marketing budgets, and brand mythology, rather than what is actually on your wrist. We are also revealing 5 brands that put every dollar you spend directly into the engineering and craft where it belongs. The difference between these two categories is not subtle. It is the gap between funding an advertisement and buying a genuine timepiece. Here are the brands that are robbing you blind. Number 10. Hublot Big Bang. Hublot Big Bang is what happens when a marketing department achieves complete victory over a watchmaking team. The entry-level model carries a retail price of $12,900. Inside that price tag sits a Sellita SW300 movement, an off-the-shelf Swiss engine that manufacturers purchase in bulk for between $50 and $150. That is less than 1% of the sticker price going toward the actual mechanism that makes the watch function. The secondary market delivers its verdict with characteristic efficiency. Basic steel. Big Bang models routinely lose 30 to 55% of their retail value, trading between $7,000 and $8,000 once they leave the boutique. That depreciation is not a market anomaly. It is the natural consequence of a product whose price is built primarily on sponsorship associations rather than engineering achievement. Hublot directs a marketing budget that rivals Formula One teams and celebrity endorsement rosters, creating the impression of prestige rather than the substance of it. When you purchase a Big Bang, a meaningful portion of your $12,900 is funding the advertising campaign that convinced you to spend $12,900. You are not buying a finely engineered machine, you are buying an advertisement you wear on your wrist. The Carrera carries genuine historical weight. Its racing heritage, connecting to the legendary Pan American road race, is real, and the early models that established that reputation deserve their place in watchmaking history. The modern commercial reality is considerably less romantic. In 2022 alone, Tag Heuer directed $40 million into global advertising, including sports sponsorships, high-profile events, and magazine campaigns. None of that money goes into the watch. A stainless steel Carrera with the in-house Heuer 02 movement retails close to $4,700. Industry estimates place the production cost of that movement in the $500 to $600 range. The remainder of your purchase price is absorbed by branding, retail infrastructure, and the marketing spend that made the name famous enough to command that premium. The secondary market confirms the assessment. The same model often trades for under $2,500 once it leaves the boutique, a depreciation curve that reflects the brand premium evaporating the moment the purchase is complete. Under LVMH ownership, price increases have consistently outpaced technical development. The Carrera's legacy is genuine. The contemporary value proposition is not. Invicta has constructed an entire business model around a price that exists solely to be slashed. The Pro Diver carries listed prices of $199, $295, and sometimes $545. It is almost never sold at any of those prices. Flash sales, bundle promotions, and today only offers that repeat indefinitely, bring the actual transaction price down to $70 to $150. That permanent markdown structure is not generosity. It is the mechanism by which Invicta manufactures the psychological experience of getting a deal. At that actual price, you are receiving a watch built around the Seiko NH35 automatic movement, a reliable but mass-produced engine that costs Invicta approximately $30 to $50 in bulk purchasing. The case and bracelet plating is notoriously thin, with visible wear and fading commonly reported within 1 to 2 years of daily use. The markup from manufacturing cost to actual sale price still exceeds 70% in most transactions. Invicta is not selling you a watch. It is selling the carefully engineered illusion of a bargain constructed on a price that was never real. Daniel Wellington represents the purest expression of what watch marketing became in the social media era. A $5 Miyota quartz movement sits inside a minimalist case paired with a NATO strap or faux leather band. It retails for 150 to 250 euros. Industry estimates place the total assembly cost below 30 euros. The remaining 200 plus euros you spend funds something else entirely. Up to 20% of Daniel Wellington's entire operating budget flows into a multi-tiered influencer program, including ambassador partnerships at every follower count level, discount codes, and coordinated posting schedules. That effort floods social media with the visual language of aspiration. The markup from production to retail runs between 500 and 800%. There is no technical innovation, no horological heritage, no manufacturing achievement that justifies any portion of that gap. Daniel Wellington proved that, in the current market environment, a sophisticated distribution of discount codes across social media platforms is a more effective business strategy than investing in what is actually inside the watch. The $5 movement is almost beside the point. Number 6. Movado Museum. Movado Museum sells a story, and it sells it exceptionally well. The museum dial, that single gold dot at 12 o'clock representing the sun at noon, has been in MoMA's permanent collection since 1947 and on the wrists of design-conscious consumers ever since. The minimalist aesthetic is genuinely distinctive, and the design legacy is real. What sits beneath that famous dial is a basic quartz movement that costs Movado less than $12 to source. Retail prices range from $200 for entry models to $1,500 for steel chronographs, which run the same category of internal mechanism. Movado's own SEC filings document a gross margin of 62%. That means more than half of every dollar spent becomes profit before the advertising budget is even factored in. The museum is the quiet version of the luxury watch premium. It does not announce its price through aggressive styling or celebrity associations. It simply presents itself as refined and minimal, and it allows the design heritage to do the justification work that the movement cannot. For all the genuine prestige of that MoMA collection placement, the price reflects a design legacy rather than what is actually ticking beneath the dial. Actually worth your money. Number 5. Seiko Presage Cocktail Time. Price, approximately $325 to $500. Seiko Presage Cocktail Time is where the list transitions from marketing investment to genuine watchmaking value. This model shows real craft. The movement inside, the 4R35 or 4R36 automatic caliber, is built entirely within Seiko's own manufacturing facilities. It is not outsourced to the lowest cost available supplier. It is designed, assembled, and regulated in-house with a service interval stretching up to a decade. That means you are not funding regular maintenance visits in addition to the purchase price. The dial is where the cocktail time genuinely separates itself from everything at a comparable price. Each dial is pressed and finished in Seiko's internal dial workshop by craftspeople creating patterns that catch light with the depth and texture you would reasonably expect from a watch at 3 times the price. This is not painted metal. It is a level of finishing detail that communicates clearly where the production budget was directed. The cost to retail ratio sits at approximately 1.5 to 2 times, a fraction of the 5 to 10 times markups visible on the other side of this list. No fabricated suggested retail price, no influencer saturation campaign, an honest price for craft that justifies it. Number 4. Orient Bambino, approximately $120. The Orient Bambino proves that genuine in-house mechanical watchmaking does not require emptying your wallet to access. At that price, the watch is powered by the F6722 automatic movement, designed, manufactured, and assembled by Orient without involvement from outside suppliers. The same company that conceived the movement built the watch around it. That vertical integration at this price point is genuinely unusual, and it directly benefits the person wearing it. The F6722 delivers a 40-hour power reserve, 22 joules, and a smooth sweep at 21,600 vibrations per hour. Owners consistently report 6 or more years of reliable daily wear before any service becomes necessary. The domed mineral crystal and hand-finished dial details give the Bambino a refined aesthetic that reads as considerably more expensive than the price suggests. The cost-to-retail ratio hovers between 1.3 and 1.8 times. You are paying for what is actually on your wrist rather than for the story constructed around it. In a category where dress watches frequently mean fragile and overpriced, the Bambino delivers daily wear, mechanical reliability with genuine respect for both your taste and your budget. Number 3. Tissot PRX Powermatic 80, priced at approximately $650 to $800. The Tissot PRX Powermatic 80 is where serious Swiss engineering becomes financially accessible, without compromise. The Powermatic 80 movement delivers an 80-hour power reserve, more than double what most entry-level Swiss automatics provide. That means a watch set down on Friday evening is still running on Monday morning. That extended reserve is achieved with a silicone hairspring, a component typically reserved for watches that cost several times more. Silicone resists magnetic fields from laptops and phones that surround most people during the day, and those fields can throw conventional hairsprings off by minutes. The integrated stainless steel bracelet with its sharp brushing and seamless case connection references the design language of 1970s Swiss sports watches. Without the collector's premium, those original examples now command. A COSC certified chronometer option is available for those who want Swiss certified precision on paper to match what the movement delivers in practice. The cost-to-retail ratio sits between 1.6 and 2 times. Most of what you spend goes into the watch. Tissot's value proposition is visible in every specification and every finished surface, rather than in the marketing that surrounds it. Number 2. Hamilton Khaki Field Mechanical, approximately $495 to $650. The Hamilton Khaki Field is a tool watch with a documented lineage rather than a manufactured heritage story. Hamilton supplied hundreds of thousands of field watches to Allied military forces during the Second World War. The Khaki Field's design DNA connects directly to that service history, not as a marketing narrative constructed after the fact, but as a continuous production philosophy that has maintained the same functional priorities across decades. Inside runs the H50 caliber, a manual wind movement derived from the legendary ETA 2801 architecture. It is engineered for serviceability rather than planned obsolescence, with parts widely available and a full overhaul costing a fraction of comparable Swiss automatic service fees. The sapphire crystal resists daily scratching, documented shock resistance reaches 5G, and Hamilton supports the watch with a 5-year warranty. An unusually confident guarantee at this price tier. At $495 to $650, you are purchasing a watch designed to be worn, serviced when necessary, and eventually passed on. No celebrity endorsement campaign, no artificially inflated suggested retail price. Value measured in hardened steel and a movement engineered to outlast the marketing cycles of the brand surrounding it. Number 1. Casio G-Shock DW5600. Approximately $45 to $55, The Casio G-Shock DW5600 is the dollar-for-dollar value champion of the entire watch industry, regardless of price category. The shock-absorbing module sits inside a resin case engineered to survive 10-meter drops and function in conditions that would destroy movements costing 50 times more. Official water resistance is rated to 200 meters, with real-world reports confirming survival through deep dives, mud runs, and accidental washing machine cycles. The quartz movement delivers accuracy measured in seconds per month rather than minutes per day. The battery lasts up to a decade, with a replacement costing less than a cup of coffee when it finally does expire. The cost-to-retail ratio sits between 0.2 and 0.3 times, meaning almost every dollar of the $45 to $55 purchase price goes directly into durability and function rather than into a brand margin. Military units, emergency responders, and outdoor professionals have trusted the DW5600 in genuine field conditions since the design was established in the 1980s. It has not changed significantly because it is not needed to. No marketing campaign, no ambassador program, no fabricated heritage story, just an engineering standard that has been proven continuously for 40 years. You are not paying for a story or a logo. You are buying a watch that will still be running when most of the brands on the other side of this list have quietly revised their pricing upward. 10 brands, 5 that charge you primarily for the privilege of wearing their marketing budget. 5 that direct your money toward what is actually on your wrist. The gap between those two categories is not a matter of taste or preference. It is the difference between funding an advertisement and owning a genuine timepiece, between a price built on hype and a price built on engineering. The watch industry counts on most consumers never asking what is actually inside the case. Now you know what to ask. Drop a comment telling us which side of this list your current watch falls on. Tell us the brand you think we should have included but left off. Hit subscribe for more honest breakdowns across every category where marketing budgets get mistaken for product quality. Your wrist deserves substance over status.